On any given day, an enterprise IT department is hit with a flood of alerts. Servers drop offline, databases lock up, and workstations crash simultaneously. Without a rigid structural framework to process that volume of data, these isolated issues would quickly cascade into a total network failure. To maintain order, organizations funnel every request into the IT Service Desk ticketing system. The interface is designed as a standardized queue, organizing thousands of disparate technical problems into a single, searchable stream. This system serves as the central nervous system of enterprise operations, providing the connectivity and visibility required to manage complex environments. Every field and drop-down menu within this system is governed by a strict hierarchy of organizational policies and procedures. By deconstructing the lifecycle of one specific ticket, we can see the procedural machinery that drives modern IT support. Analyzing this ticket anatomy reveals how individual support actions are coordinated to maintain continuous uptime across the entire enterprise. On the right side of our hero ticket, the linked SOPs section points to the specific actions a technician must take, but those actions are dictated by a broader governance framework. Long before a user ever submits a ticket, its resolution path is defined by a triad of documentation, the 3 Ps. First is policy. This outlines the high-level intent of the organization, the what and the why behind every security and operational rule. For instance, a corporate policy might mandate that all employees use secure, rotating passwords to prevent unauthorized access. Next is process. This provides the big-picture workflow, illustrating how that policy is actually implemented across various IT departments. Finally, we reach the SOP, or Standard Operating Procedure. These are the granular, step-by-step technical instructions for the technician. An SOP removes ambiguity from technical tasks. When a technician resets an Active Directory password, they are following a literal roadmap to ensure the fix is accurate and secure. Because they are nested within this framework, SOPs ensure that every individual fix remains compliant with the overarching organizational policy. When that ticket first arrives in the system, it immediately enters the triage phase. During triage, the issue is classified into one of 3 distinct categories. A request covers routine service actions, like deploying a new laptop or setting up a standard user account. An incident is an unexpected error or a disruption to normal services that requires immediate troubleshooting to restore functionality. A problem is the underlying root cause, identified when multiple incidents are linked together by a common failure point. This initial classification determines the technician's next move, whether they will execute a standard installation SOP or launch a full diagnostic investigation. Accurate categorization serves as a vital filter, ensuring that critical outages are prioritized over routine hardware requests. Triage is not a subjective process. It relies on a calculated metric to determine a ticket's priority. The first variable is severity, which measures the breadth of the business impact on a scale from low to critical. The second variable is urgency, indicating how quickly a fix must be implemented based on time-sensitive business needs. These variables intersect on the priority matrix to dictate the speed and level of the IT response. Consider a payroll system crashing exactly 24 hours before payday. Because this failure impacts every employee's paycheck, the severity is critical. Because payday is tomorrow, the urgency is high. This results in a P1 critical priority. A P1 priority triggers immediate escalation through predefined support tiers. Tier 0 handles automated self-service. Tier 1 provides frontline support for common issues. For complex issues, the ticket moves to Tier 2, advanced support, while critical outages are escalated to Tier 3, engineers and management. These tiers exist to protect service-level agreements, or SLAs, the promised uptime guarantees the organization must meet to remain operational. By calculating priority mathematically, the matrix ensures that engineering resources are automatically deployed exactly where the enterprise SLA requires them. Even after the system is restored, the ticket's lifecycle continues into its most critical phase. In a professional IT environment, a fix that isn't documented is considered incomplete. Ticket notes provide the permanent record of the fix, ensuring continuity between different shifts and providing evidence for future compliance audits. Every note must adhere to 5 core characteristics of high-quality documentation. It must be clear, avoiding jargon so anyone can follow the logic, and concise, including only essential diagnostic data. It must also be complete, capturing the problem, troubleshooting steps, and final resolution. Throughout this recording process, technicians use active communication to keep the user informed, which helps manage expectations and build trust. Adhering to these standards allows a Tier 1 agent to hand off a complex case to a Tier 3 engineer without any loss of diagnostic momentum. A ticket's value extends far beyond the moment it is marked as closed. Result tickets are aggregated and synthesized into a centralized knowledge base. These aggregated notes become lessons learned, the after-action reports that architects use to identify and resolve systemic problems. Documented resolutions are eventually converted into self-service FAQs, empowering Tier 0 support and allowing users to resolve similar issues independently in the future. We can now see the full architecture. High-level policies dictate the SOPs, which in turn guide the precision of triage and categorization. The priority matrices and escalation tiers protect the enterprise SLA, while rigorous documentation captures the data needed for long-term improvement. IT service management procedures are not administrative overhead. They are the structural engineering of a resilient IT department. By strictly following this ticket anatomy, IT departments ensure that every resolved failure actively strengthens the stability of the entire enterprise network.